Hello and welcome to Cara Brandon Creations. In today's video, we are making ephemera. We're making some scrappy clusters, some page edges, some Cori inspired ephemera, and getting some different pieces ready to go so we can decorate the Stacked Envelope Halloween folio. So the first type of ephemera I'm making are some just scrappy clusters. I have pieces of coffee dyed paper, some of the Halloween digitals, and I'm just ripping and adding them to my cluster. And then I'm taking some of the Tim Holtz mummy cloth and layering that on just to give it a fun, different texture. And I'm not decorating them yet. We'll do that later together in the video. Right now I'm just making the bases, and then I'm going to set them aside and then make different types of ephemera for the folio. Here I have a piece of ribbon. I took the metal, like the metal piece that helps you if you want to make it a bow. I took that out. And I'm just layering different scraps on here, and see how I have 3 different sections? That will end up being 3 different clusters. So it's like a snippet roll, but I've already snipped it. I didn't really make a whole roll. I just made a portion. Ink everything up, take everything back off, and then glue it back on. It's very Cara. And it gets stuck to my fingers. Alright, so there's the 3 sections, and later we will cut that apart when we decorate it. So now I'm taking these scraps and I'm going to make some page edges that we can add to the journal portion of the folio. Doing the same thing, just layering different scraps, and I like things in 3s, so you'll see I will add 3 orange pieces, 3 of these brown pieces. I just really like sets of 3. Whoops, and then I knock everything off. And I was trying to get rid of hard edges, so if it was on the edge of the paper, I ripped so that it had a wonky, torn edge. And I just love projects like this because doing it in stages just allows you to just kind of go in your flow with ripping and gluing, and then do, I think, the more challenging part, which is decorating at a different time. So I just had, I think, Netflix on, and I had a drink, coffee or something, I'm not sure, and just sat and did my thing. It was really nice, and it's really fun and a great way to use up your scraps. Okay, next I have these leftover bits of pieces that I cut off of something. I don't know what I made. Tags? I'm not really sure. But I had bits, and I thought, okay, well, let's turn these rectangles into ephemera bases as well. Same thing, but this time I'm ripping strips. So it's kind of like the Cori way, but not quite. I'm inking up all the edges again. Same process, different shape. I'm pretty sure I have some of the neutral scraps along with the Halloween kit. I think that's kind of what I'm using here. And I didn't rip that edge off, I just inked it up. I don't even think you notice it later. On that top one, I really liked that it said Witches Dance and there was music behind it. So I did try to leave it like that when I decorated it later. And then I just have little bits that I glue onto another scrap. This would be a great thing to do once you're done with a project too, and just get your bases made so that maybe next year you could use some of these for different projects. All right, we're about ready to take our bases and actually decorate them. So let's jump into the decorating portion. Okay, now let's decorate our clusters that we've begun. So I have the Cori Dahmen strips of just strips of scrap paper, and I did more of the Cori Dahmen strips, but more of a scrappy version, you know, or yeah, just ripping kind of a version. And then these could be page edges, or we could come apart to make clusters. And then I have this one that I'm going to turn into 3 clusters. Okay, here's the ones I was talking about. These are more torn versions. And then I have a random line up here. And then I took some of the Apothecary labels and put them on scrap file folder. And so those are fun, just kind of a backdrop for something else. And then I did some stamping on a tag, made some specimen cards with, what are these? Whatchamacallits? I already had them die cut, so I just took some and made some specimen cards. There's a little tag. Took it out of my little bin, and then this one was a plain tag, and I did some stamping and an owl. And the stamping on the vellum is kind of struggling, but I made a little file folder. I already had this die cut. And then I also made these 2. These were already die cut, and they're little pockets. And yeah, so, oh, and I also did the, what is it? Frosted crystal on some flowers, and I think this one feels okay, but on these other ones, I think I went a little too long with the embossing pen. They don't feel like they should. They feel like I melted them a little too much. And then I do have a couple frames here that I grunged up with some distressed crayon. Yeah, I've been a busy girl. So, yep, you saw some of those clips of me working along. So now, let's make some things. I have different bits of lace, mummy cloth, my leftover leaves, different embellishments. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. Not sure why I put all of these over here. Maybe because they're little? I'm not really sure. I have different Tim Holtz things surrounding me. They're all over the place. You know what? Let's start with this itty bitty, nice and tiny ones. Well, maybe tiny isn't easy. Maybe I don't want to start tiny. I don't know if you can hear my son. He's playing video games with a friend. Or friends, that's probably the case. I might glue that on. It says 1013. And that's the other half of it. I cut it in half, and then I ended up not using it. And maybe a butterfly. Let's do that. That, and then let's add, it's the same one. Maybe I add a bat. Yeah, I like the bat. He's a little wider and not as tall as the butterfly. It fits perfectly. Okay, so I'll set that aside. And then let's do this one. Maybe the butterfly here. I'm going to cut this in half. And we can use this half. I'm going to cut a little bit more. Ink. And the glue. Alright, I like that. Maybe this down there. So it's supposed to rain. It probably will already be raining or have rained when this video goes up. But hurricane or tropical storm, I'm not sure what it is at the moment. Priscilla is on her way to the Baja California, and then we're gonna get, oh, I like that, I like the ribbon. Then we're gonna get the rest of the remnants of it. And there's supposed to be flooding and it's supposed to be nutty. I think there's supposed to be more flooding in places like Tucson, so they're giving out sandbags and stuff. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, being that I'm in Arizona and we don't really know what rain is. Maybe I put a flower. I like the flower with the 2. I don't want to cover the 2 because then you can't tell that it's a 2. Bats to the rescue again. Kind of like the something peeking through the number, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the 2. Maybe the 2 is how the 2 wants to be. Alright, now let's do these guys. So I'm thinking we could cut these like this. And then they will be 3 separate little clusters. I think maybe something like that. Yeah, let's do that. A little ink. Maybe on the top. Alright, and then this raven. You're like, I've just been using all of the ravens. There's a bazillion. We'll see how many of the ravens end up in the little folio. Let's have his head going above. I'll hang this one. So when you watch cluster videos, do you enjoy watching the whole process? Do you enjoy it kind of sped up and maybe not showing the gluing? Just kind of curious. So I need something right here. Oh, maybe a 31. Where's a small 31? Yeah, maybe. Maybe, yeah. There we go. Gonna tuck it under. There we go. Yeah. It's fun. Alright, and then this one also has a 31. I'm really thinking that I want to take some time, not sure when, and just die cut a bunch of different pieces, mainly from Tim Holtz's, what did he call it? It was this one, that third release or whatever he called it, where he had 3 different ones like that. There's another one, and then there's another set. Because those are so handy, and they work with any season. I really, really want to just sit and do that. It's just when. Do I want a butterfly? Maybe a bat. Can't see the bat. Alright, the butterfly. Because I took a couple, like I showed you, a couple of my die cuts just from another time, and it was so nice to just sit and make with that instead of the whole beginning to end process. And I also think I might not use all of these Halloween Scrappy bases or whatever, and just kind of set them aside, and maybe I decorate them next year, or maybe I go ahead and decorate them and then I have them ready to use next year. Alright, so there are those. Those are fun. And then let's see, let's maybe start with these guys. The ones that I glued some of the mummy cloth on. Nice and frayed and grungy. And with this word just kind of hidden under there. So it's been fall break, I almost said spring break. It's fall break for my son this week, and he has been quite the social butterfly. He's been racing cars, not really racing, but what are they called? Oh, go-karts. He went go-karting. That was for his birthday with friends. We had a great time, and then he had a friend over, and then today he went bowling. He's just been a busy guy. It's pretty fun. And now he's loudly playing video games. And this weekend, our daughter's coming home to visit for his birthday. So that'll be fun. We have plans, her and I, to watch the last Downton Abbey movie and have tea. That's our big plan. I don't know what else we're doing exactly, but that is on the agenda for the weekend. Very important. It'll be nice to have my Downton Abbey girl with me for the weekend. I was thinking maybe this, but I don't like that with the... No, not that. This one, maybe? Is it the same one? Oh my gosh, I thought it was the same one. Like, really? I kind of like that one, though. Yeah, let's do that. I really don't know what else is on the agenda. I guess we'll just kind of wing it. I need something down here. Something horizontal. Something horizontal and small. Small. Maybe poison. Maybe poison wins. I don't know. This kind of is too plain. Can't really see it. Maybe a circle. Maybe nothing. I think I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. All right, let's see. Maybe we do this one up and down. Oh, look, I have an owl. Imagine that. I like the owl. Well. There's this. 31. Very bright. Ooh, this is fun. It's different. Yeah, let's do that. This probably isn't. Maybe it is. I was gonna say maybe it's not even Halloween, and that's why I'm like, oh, it's different. Let's use it. I think maybe behind, but I think I do like it. Okay. Maybe this back here. I don't know. I was thinking maybe something with a little text. It's always fun. Keep your little pieces, because those you can always tuck in. You want to keep those little guys. Like here's one that I kept from before. Not for this, but alright, I think I'm going to leave it as that for now. And then what does it say? A token of love. Do not drop. Get this like this. Whoa. Poison. No. No, 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 no. Maybe? Sure. Did I make many things last year for Halloween? Because I was looking through videos, because I was like, oh, maybe I have things I already made. I don't know, was last year the tag? No, last year was planner. Yeah, I don't think I have a lot of, or I didn't see anything with making a bunch. That kind of works, huh? I like this, like that. It just fits right there. Now, what to do? Yep. Nope. Let's put this here. I know I want that to go there. Look, another raven. They're everywhere. Oh, don't think purple moth or butterfly works. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Alright. I made this different bat from my kit. Maybe Edgar. He's fun. Another one of those bats. Flower. Caution. Maybe a baby bat with that bat. We have an owl. This one is fussy cut a bit better. Like that, like that. We have, oh my gosh, she's loud. with this, I think this could tie the whole thing together. Cut it in half. Stick one behind the bat. And then one behind the flower. Yeah, something like that. Okay, oh my gosh. My desk is overwhelmed with things. I'm gonna need ink. And then the back. Oh, that looks fun. Maybe something right up there, but we'll do that in a second. Whoops. Flinging bats. Whoops, and caution. Throwing caution to the wind. Oh my gosh. I'm here all day. There we are. Oh no. Oh no, Cara. Don't toss it. Oh my goodness, can you hear him? He's loud. Alright. Put that like that. Then we'll put this under Edgar like this. He's saying no, yes. We can't decide. And then flowers. And something-ish. Even on frame, there we go. And then big moth. And then let's figure out where the little bat goes. Oh my gosh, Cara. How about that? And then what about this right here? And then maybe poison. Oh man, I'm on a roll. Look at me go. That's cute. Is the moth blending in with the flowers too much? I think it's okay. Yeah. Should we do the other one just because I'm on a roll? Here we are. Big sigh. Let's do it. Let's do it. We have an octopus. We have owls. He's pretty fun. It's very perked up, serious business. Halloween is. Big orange flower. We'll see if it stays. I don't know. Ooh, pumpkin. I haven't done a pumpkin. There we go. This is not completely cut out. Have a raven, of course. I have a small bat. With tickets, tickets, and tickets, and tickets. Kind of like the scissors. Don't know why. What else? Jeez. Yeah, is that crazy? I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna ink, 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 ink. Needs orange. Need some orange up there. To find something orange. That. Maybe not cover all of this orange. That would be good. But I kind of want, there we go. Well, maybe move them. There we go. Pumpkin. And scissors. Like that. All right, now orange. What do we have? Something orange. Oh, there's little witches here. Can add a little orange. Let it rip. Just kind of have a little something. Probably not gonna know, oh, those are witches, but a little orange. A little more orange. Tucked in right here. And then some more orange down here. Or, yeah, I guess that works. And then I want something here. Do I have another one of those? Probably not. Oh, I have a bigger one. Yeah, we could do that at the bottom. Why not? I'm gonna rip a little off. Tuck that right there. There we go. Sounds fun. Okay, I have a mess. All right, next time we will take all of our goodies. My mess will be cleaned up. And we will put them in, don't know where it is it even here? We will put them in our folio along with our closure. How fun will that be? It'll be a good time. All right, hopefully I have enough things. So come on back, when is it? Wednesday, and we will decorate the envelope journal. All right. Wish me well with cleaning this up, and I hope you have a wonderfully crafty day. Bye-bye.